What's going on, everyone? So we're all anxiously waiting around for the Lakers' next game against the Philadelphia 76ers. But if I'm being honest, this is a great, much-needed break for the Los Angeles Lakers. They've had a grueling schedule, most back-to-backs this year. They've played more games than everybody. So it's nice for them to kind of just regroup, recalibrate a little bit. LeBron James has been dealing with an ankle injury. Anthony Davis taking that elbow to the face. Right? There's a lot of things that the Lakers would really benefit from by just getting some rest. Also gives Gabe Vincent a little more time, Jared Vanderbilt. So kind of take a deep breath, kick your legs up for a couple days. Obviously, you want to get back into practices and stuff, but take a day or two to just kind of get the body right, get the mind right, and then let's start lining up, positioning ourselves to go on a run here. This time, we're gonna have a lot of teams that are gonna start catching up, right? As far as like games played. The Lakers, as I mentioned, have played more games than pretty much everyone at this point. But in this next 3-4 day span, you're going to see a lot of other teams kind of hit their stride and rattle off some games themselves. And hopefully, in the meantime, the Lakers catch a few breaks. Unfortunately, yesterday, the Lakers didn't catch any breaks. So the two games that we needed more than anything, Dallas Mavericks, who won, and the New Orleans Pelicans, who won. It's very unfortunate. We could have used both of those teams taking an L. That would have gone a long way for the Lakers. Again, giving their seeding and where they are, right? The Lakers are still the 9th seed. They've basically been flip-flopping between the 9th or 10th seed the entire season. Look, I've talked about it. I don't believe the Lakers at this point have a realistic chance of getting that 6th and especially that 5th seed. I mean, the Pelicans might actually catch the Clippers and move up a seeding. So 5th seed, I think, is technically, statistically speaking, it is available, but I think that's out of the question. The 6th seed, same thing, it's technically available. Problem is all the teams ahead of us, they all are just teams that have tiebreakers over the Lakers. So yes, the Lakers might only be 2-3 games over these teams, but really it's 3-4 games over the teams that are in front of us because of just the hole that the Lakers have dug themselves in, which is very unfortunate. But like I said, Mavericks played the San Antonio Spurs, who play the Phoenix Suns coming up 2 times. But luckily, Spurs have actually had Phoenix's number this season, so I'm hoping that continues. But we'll touch on that more here in a moment. And then Houston, I don't think the Lakers need to be too concerned with Houston yet. Warriors do. Warriors are only like 2 games or 2.5 games ahead of Houston from falling out of the play-in entirely. Lakers are basically like 4 games ahead. They're 3.5, but they also currently have the tiebreaker. So the Lakers should be in good shape there. I don't see that being an issue for them. But the Warriors definitely need to watch their trails because teams are climbing. But like I said, as I mentioned, the Pelicans ended up beating the Brooklyn Nets. That hurts. Just, again, gives them another game in the standings. But today, hopefully, we get a couple more breaks. Can the Raptors magically find a way to beat the Sacramento Kings? Again, Sacramento, I just think it's going to be tough to catch. They have a couple pretty easy games the rest of the way. And just so many games. But, hey, why not root for them to take an L? That would be nice. But the Sixers. Can the Sixers find a way to beat the Suns? The Suns are at home. Sixers are going to be without Joel Embiid. It's going to be a tall task for Philadelphia. But we've seen the Suns, strange things happen, right? Suns have not been great this season. There's a lot of things that the Suns have just done very poorly. And a lot of games against teams that they should have beaten that they just didn't beat. So hopefully, because the Suns lack, real size and defense and stuff, maybe Philadelphia can at least keep it in striking range and give us an opportunity to pull away with the game. Because, again, I actually think the Spurs beat them at least once. They've had their number this season. Like, Victor Wembanyama has gone off against the Suns in the 2 previous matchups. So my hope is that continues to be a trend, and that's not something that was just like, it was just for those moments. This is something that actually persists and happens now, because Phoenix is the one team that I genuinely believe the Lakers can catch. They have a very tough schedule, very grueling schedule the rest of the way. Top of just the grueling schedule that they have to endure. They're only a couple games ahead of the Lakers as far as standing goes which is something that I do believe the Lakers can catch. So like when you look at Phoenix, the Lakers are only 2.5 games back of Phoenix. So technically 3 games, right? Because you got the half game, so 3 games, and the Lakers are there. They have the Sixers, they have the Spurs coming up a couple times, but the Spurs are a team that I wouldn't be shocked to continue to beat them or beat them again. And then after that, it's like Milwaukee and Cleveland and like Boston, and then they play. They have a really tough schedule. I'm gonna have to break down the schedule maybe in a later video, because that's definitely something of interest to keep an eye on. And then can the Grizzlies find a way to beat the Warriors? Right, those are the 2 games today that we really need. Obviously, if the Grizzlies can magically beat the Warriors, which again, it's another tall task. Warriors are at home, but the Warriors took some L's. As long as they're not playing the Lakers, as long as any of these teams aren't playing the Lakers, these teams seem to have their struggles, seem to have their issues, seem to have their moments. So hopefully that can be the case. Obviously, the Clippers, we'll see what happens with them if they keep, but that's more of just like a Laker vendetta thing rather than, punking little brother rather than actual in the standings. But look, we can't control what other teams are going to do. We can only control what we as a team are going to do. And the Lakers need to make sure that they're winning games. 13 games left. This isn't a game. I mean, it is a game, but you get my point. Like it's no more messing around time. You got to buckle down. Got to do your job. Right? The Atlanta game, and I understand Atlanta, they've been terrible, but it's the way that they played. It's 39 assists. It's taking care of the basketball, right? 8 turnovers. It's passing up a good shot for a better shot. It's playing defense. I mean, even Austin Reeves was great defensively. For his standards, he was like elite because he's just been so bad this year. But no, again, can they just be serviceable? 28th ranked defense since the All-Star break is not going to cut it. Even with Anthony Davis, we should be bare minimum middle of the pack. I understand we're missing Jerry Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, right? Even that, there's conflicting reports with those 3 guys. Touch on them more briefly here in a moment. But you got to start finding that identity on both sides of the basketball. You got to start finding that identity, period. You got to start taking these games real serious. You got 13 games. If we don't win 10 games, I'm not super confident. If we win 10 games, that'd give us 47 wins, right, of our next 13. That only gives us room for 3 losses. But you look at the Lakers' schedule, and that's very doable. I mean, you can make an argument outside of Milwaukee, they shouldn't lose another game the rest of this month. So can they do their job, power through, finish what they need to finish, lock down the way that they need to lock down, and go rattle off a couple wins here? If they get to 47 wins, the Phoenix Suns have 14 games left, counting the game today. They, bare minimum, I believe, lose half of those. Again, I'll break down, we'll do a video where we break down their schedule more, just so you guys have a better idea. But just looking over it, they are going to lose anywhere from minimum 6 games to probably 8. So if the Lakers look at it like this. If they win 7 games, right? If the Phoenix Suns win 7 games the rest of the way, that would put them at 46 wins. So if they basically go 500 the rest of the way, that put them at 46 wins. If the Lakers win 10 games, then as I mentioned, that would put them at 47 wins. Lakers end up beating them. Technically, the Lakers only need to get to 46 wins, so they technically only need to win 9 games. But I would just feel more comfortable if you lock down the 10. Because then if you handle your business and you go on an extended win streak here, I just don't think, again, personally, and I've been very spot on with Phoenix this year, scarily spot on. I just think if, based on how they've performed, right, which they're going to be in desperate mode also, so, take that as you may, but as long as they keep playing the way that they've been playing, the Lakers, to me, it's which team can turn it around more, right? Phoenix has a 3-game head start, essentially. Can the Lakers basically ramp it up enough to be 3 games better than the Phoenix Suns the rest of the way, right? If they can, then great. So we're going to find out. We're going to find out a lot real soon. But as we start getting to the end of this month, hopefully Gabe Vincent returns, because we got conflicting reports. I did a video on both of the reports. Even in the first report from CBS Sports, I talked about how I wasn't really sold on it. It didn't really add up. And then even in the paragraph of the statement from the report, it even was kind of like, it just contradicted itself in that statement. So to me, I look at it as if we can start getting Gabe Vincent back, if we can get, Jared Vanderbilt towards the end of this month or at least the beginning of April, so that way he has a little time to get into the swing of things, get into the flow of things, that would be huge for us. And then, Cam Reddish should be back. Christian Wood, he's likely done for the season. We'll see how it goes for the postseason. Depending on how the postseason is, he could return. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, the postseason. Yes, if we don't get to the 7th or 8th seed, I think that is going to be tough. But if we do get the 8th seed, I'm actually pretty confident. I'll go as far to say very confident that they end up making the playoffs. And then once they're in the playoffs, depending on matchups are everything, right? If they finish as the 8th seed, let's say, and they play the Thunder in the first round, you don't think that the Lakers could beat the Thunder in the first round? I absolutely do. And all of a sudden you get Christian Wood back, maybe midway through that series or at the end of the series, that would be solid. So if we can start getting our guys back, that would go a long way for the Lakers. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What do you think of the breaks, the updates as far as seeding and just where these other teams are? Again, we can't control what other teams do. They're going to lose games. It's just the natural course of the NBA. Just like the Lakers are going to lose a couple games. It's part of the deal, right? When you're playing games. But, can the Lakers just outpace Phoenix, please? That's all I'm banking on. But do you feel that they will? Do you feel that they won't? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.